there's one place I really want to start our conversation, and I know you know where I'm going with this, but Marcus Stroman fucking shoved today. And I have not heard, as Scott from Iowa has jumped in the comments a couple times, I have not heard a single bitch about this guy for the longest time. It's like the naysayers had to shut the fuck up and deal with the fact that Marcus Stroman was worth the investment they gave him because he's an elite pitcher. And we said it from the fucking get-go that pitchers were going to be out of rhythm to start the season. It's exactly what happened. He got hurt. He got COVID. He had a lot of shit happen. When he's locked in, he's locked in. Goes 7 innings today, only 3 hits allowed, just the 1 earned run, 2 walks, 5 Ks. Absolutely dominant performance from Stroman today. I mean, dude, again, it was the Friday 120 Stro show today at the Friendly Confines because, boy, he looked fucking sexy on the mound today, let me tell you.
You sound a little excited, Ron. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. Yes.
Yeah, and he'll do that. He'll do that to you. When he's on his game and he's pitching like he did today. What did he take, a no-hitter into the 6th inning? Marcus Stroman, ladies and gentlemen, is well worth the money, well worth the contract. And like you said, telling all the naysayers to shut up and sit down. And that's exactly what he did today. And that's what he's been doing for the most part since, what was it, his 2nd stint on, the IL COVID list, whatever it was, because he did have that.
I got a stat for you to back that comment up, but continue.
No, man, it was absolutely cool, awesome to see. I listened to a lot of this game on the radio, but what I did see, and I went back and watched a lot of the stuff that he had today. Man, you look at the pitching ninja stuff, the clips, all that stuff too, and it's just like, man, he looked like he was dotting that fastball on the outside corner, but it was like moving from the left-handed hitter's like batter's box to the corner, and then the slider was just dumping off the table. Marcus Stroman, man, when he's pitching like that, and yes, he was pitching to more weaker contact than he was striking fools out, and I am going to call them fools because that's what you look like when you're facing Marcus Stroman, as good as he was today. But, when he's doing that, pitching to weak contact and like so efficient, man, so efficient. 85 pitches, I believe we talked about before hopping on here.
5 to get through 7.
To get through 7. And like I told you before we hopped on here, I thought he could have absolutely went another inning or 2. But, I don't really mind him getting pulled there because, yes, the pitch count was low and he was so efficient, but I don't mind a guy like Marcus Stroman not getting pushed to the absolute brink, which, not that it would be pushing him to the absolute brink. I think there's just a lot in Stroman's tank because he keeps himself so well in shape and knows his body so well. But, you want him for next year, right? Like, this is not a guy that we need to see too much development from necessarily. We just want him to get himself feeling right and get himself in order and feeling good about himself heading into next season because you expect him to be a top-of-the-line pitcher, a number 1, 2, 3 for the rotation, whatever that number is that you want to label him as. I personally would like to see him as a 2 or 3 on this staff next season, hoping that Justin Steele, keeps butting like an ace, and then they pick up another one. And we'll talk a little bit more about some of the other pitchers as we look ahead to tomorrow and Sunday's games. But, yeah, man, Stroman, excellent. I know you're excited. I want to hear the stat that you got.
Got a little stat from you. It's from Marquee Sports Network after the game when he was speaking with the media. Marcus Stroman, in his last 13 starts, Joey, has an ERA of 2.79.
Is that good?
I think that's good. I think that's really fucking good. And you know what, Scott? I agree. I'm not attacking you, Scott. I'm telling you what's up because you're always in my corner on this, my friend. He says, don't attack me, Ron. Some are saying Stroh is at best a number 3. Get the fucking Jerry Maguire out of here with that shit. This dude is elite. There is a fucking reason he commanded $25 million a year on the open market. There is a reason that this guy is continually considered one of the best pitchers in the major leagues. And guess what? Yeah, maybe he's not a big strikeout guy. And this is where you see, in my opinion, the ignorance of baseball fans is, a guy has to be elite because he has to go out there and strike out 12 every single time. No,
he doesn't.
If you get outs, I don't give a fuck how you get outs. Are missing bats cool and tough? Absolutely. But at the same time, watching Stroh pitch is art, my friend. It's watching Marcus Stroman pitch today was like watching an elite artist with a blank canvas, right? Like that is literally what it's like watching Marcus Stroman pitch, because the way he does it, right? It's the change, right? Like pitchers are such creatures of habit, right? It's okay, same, wind up, same motion, same release point, and then you get your break and then, things like that. But Marcus
landing
Stroman
spot,
will change
all that.
Yeah. But Stroh will change the tempo. He'll hold for a little longer. He'll pause mid, kind of mid delivery. He'll move things around. He'll screw with timing. And then his pitch movement is so late, it makes dudes look stupid. He throws hard, but he doesn't throw like, oh my God, hard. But just the way his shit moves is so dirty. And they talked about it extensively on the broadcast about just all the late movement on his pitches, right? Like, they talk about it where guys will see his pitches and they'll be like, I saw it the whole way, and then I missed it with the bat because it moved late, right? He's got that nice little slider and like kind of cut slider almost that just kind of sneaks in at the last second, or that sinker. I mean, there was one sinker today that he got a guy on strike 3 looking, left-handed bat. I don't remember who it was specifically, but literally just painted it on the edge of the strike zone. And I think it was actually, it might have been Scott. Correct me if I'm wrong, Scott, if you're still here in the comments, my guy. But responding with the Bob Ross painting. And I was like, yeah, we're painting edges out here today, my friends. And that's literally what he did, man. He was so freaking good. Again, Marcus Stroman was the Marcus Stroman that the MLB has come to know. There's a reason this guy is considered amongst the best, even though he's not a huge strikeout guy. 5Ks is still respectable. Don't get it twisted. But like you said, the efficiency today, 85 pitches to get through 7. Remember, you were on here last year. Yes, Scott says, LOL, pre-try. But like, you were on these shows with me last year. Remember when we were talking about just begging the starters to go through 5? On like 102 pitches.
Felt like a nightly basis.
every single game. And now it's different. You've Drew Smiley, who regularly goes 5, 6, and 7 every night. You Marcus Stroman, who's pitching regularly into the 7th inning. We saw it a couple times out of Kyle Hendricks when he was healthy this year. We've seen it out of Justin Steele of late, right? Steele's nasty now because now he's got the K stuff coming with the innings, right? He's going at least 6 on most nights. And we've seen him go as much as 7, right? He can dial it back and not go for the K and just pitch to contact and work a little more efficiently. It's just such a breath of fresh air seeing a Cubs pitcher that could go into a 7th inning. Because for like 2 years, it felt like that wasn't the case. Unless it was Yu Darvish back in 2020, right? Like that was it. That's all the Cubs had in terms of guys that could go deep into games. That's not at all the truth anymore here. And absolutely, as Jeremiah says here too, the Marcus Stroman difference. The guy's a Gold Glover, a literal Gold Glover. I mean, he's a freak athlete. He was a freaking shortstop and a middle infielder in college, for fuck's sake. Like, and he obviously he pitched a little bit too, but like he's an athlete, man, and that's why he's so fun to watch pitch, because he'll induce that little dribbler back to the mound, and he like welcomes it. He's like, hell yeah, give me that shit. Slings it over to first. He goes sliding down to one knee and pops back up like a shortstop digging in the hole. Like.
I love watching him make plays out there, dude. When he makes plays like that, I wouldn't say he makes it look easy. He does, but like just like the swagger that he has when he makes a play, it's like with grace, with this swaggy grace, like just gets into the slide and pops back up, and then he always points to the mitt where it's got the Gold Glove on it. He's like. That's why
I know what's up. Yeah,
that's why you know what time it is. It's like you know what time it is, but he's pointing to the Gold Glove too.
Yeah.
And dude, like it was like a fadeaway. Like watching that one play where he barehanded it, like all in one motion, comes back, fires across the diamond. It's like a fadeaway, and he just keeps like kind of jogging backwards, like, yeah, I know I got you, motherfucker. Like it's so sick. It's like you just did the dirtiest thing, the cleanest way, looking the smoothest way possible. And yeah, man, it's a joy to watch him pitch.